Hello. Hello in Facebook world. Who is out there? Who is listening? Who is watching? Anybody? We shall soon see. All right, well, we'll let this sit for a minute. All right, we'll get a few people on here first. All right, there's Brad, Melody. All right, how you guys doing tonight? I am here on my phone tonight. I have full control of on and off switches. But I was in Oil City. Ava and I are at her brother Robert's house for his birthday. And rather than, I was actually going to do this from the backyard, but the kids are running around playing and stuff and having a good time, so I didn't want to ask them to be quiet. I just figured I'd come down here to the TV station. Brad says, it's the Chiller Night pre-show with Bryan Hogue, starring Bryan Hogue, and now here's Bryan. Here I am. Here I am. I am at the Chiller Chat studio here, or the Stream TV studio, sitting here on the Chiller Chat set. And now, what I was going to do is, we had some topics we were going to talk about tonight. I'm going to see if I can still do that. Not as in depth as I would like to, because I didn't know what time we were coming to Oil City today, so I wasn't able to. I don't have my computer here to be able to look up the facts like I was going to. I normally do. This is going to be a shorter version of the Chiller Night pre-show, so I can get back to the party or the social gathering there with the family. So, but the three topics I was going to touch on tonight was the Bermuda Triangle, the 1940 Universal movie, The Mummy's Hand, and the new movie coming out, Shazam. Because the last two actually, there is a connection. There is a connection, and I'll get into that here real shortly. Behind me, you can see this mask. And any wrestling fans out there, old school wrestling fans, I don't know if you recognize that mask or know whose mask that is, but he's actually going to be on Chiller Chat tonight. It's an older episode, but I thought I'd bring that here. Brad says it was a total disaster after what happened last week with the camera. Well, yeah, I mean, okay, but we cleaned it up a little bit as far as the beginning and the end. The station manager edited the it's actually on YouTube right now, so it all worked out. No, it wasn't just a simple on and off switch on the camera. It was plugged into something like I don't know, something that I didn't know how to operate. So, but we'll get this stuff fixed up next time. But on my trusty phone camera today, Ava is up at her brother's right now. We were going to bring the laptop down. I told her, just stay up here and visit with the family. I'll run down here and do a real quick one. But at 9 o'clock on Stream TV, at 9 o'clock, the movie is going to be Track of the Moon Beast. I don't know if you've seen that one yet, but it's actually a pretty good movie. I really enjoyed that one. It's about this guy who turns into this big lizard creature and terrorizes the local community. So that's a pretty good one. And then at 11 o'clock, not 9, at 11 o'clock, the first Chiller Chat is going to be with the Masked Superstar. That's whose mask that is back there. Because after the episode that you're going to watch here tonight, the Masked Superstar actually gave me that as a gift. He gave me that when we were done doing, or maybe it was before. Well, he gave me the mask that day. It's one of his official event-worn masks from the Masked Superstar. So that's one of my prized possessions right there. I have it sitting on a skull right now. So, but that's a really neat item, in my house. Well, now it's down here. I had to bring it down and show it off. But anyways, so that's really cool. But he's going to be the guest tonight. He was the guest tonight, and this was back, the episode was filmed several years ago, but he was just a super nice guy, really cool. And he's the guest tonight. And then after that, we have Killers from Space on Chiller Night Theater. Jack Shadow features Killers from Space. Then the Chiller Chat after that is going to be Tops Paranormal. We played that a few weeks ago, Tops Paranormal, and that's with the lead investigator is Rod Fee. He and the lead psychic medium of the team, Annette Holmes, was here, right here at this studio or the station right here, the Chiller Chat set. And I talked to them not too long ago, and that's going to be the second Chiller Chat of the evening. And then we go back to top it off at 2 o'clock in the morning with Track of the Moon Beast, once again on Chiller Night Theater. Okay, so the topics I was going to talk about in much more detail than I'm able to right now, because I have no way of looking at anything. No laptop with me, no computer, obviously, and then I can't be on my phone looking at things while I'm talking. So it was going to be the Bermuda Triangle. The claim was the scientists have figured out the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle, and I heard Luke Rio, the station manager, talk about this on the morning drill earlier in the week too. He read the article or part of the article, but apparently, now this is what, and I don't know. I wish I had the article in front of me, or one of the articles, so I could give you more of a detailed explanation of what they were saying. But basically, the gist of it was rogue waves. The conditions are in that body of water are just perfect that rogue waves generate and are able to take down. Now, what I don't understand is how they're taking down the airplanes. You know, I actually did hear a theory about this, that when the water moves a certain way, in such a drastic way or something like that, it messes up the magnetisms or magnetic pull or something, is able to mess with the planes. Does that sound right to anybody? I don't know. I don't know. But, hey, if you buy that, then, there's an article out there that you might like. So, but that was going to be one of my topics tonight. I was going to talk a little bit more in depth about and talk a little bit more about the history of the Bermuda Triangle. All kinds of theories, from, sea creatures to dimensional gateways to UFOs being the cause of all these strange and mysterious disappearances. I would still like to believe that those are, there's something in the back of my mind thinking, okay, they probably can scientifically explain why this is happening, but I think it's a little more fun to think that it's something a little more UFO-ish, or, something, the unexplained, mysteries beyond, that good stuff. So that was the Bermuda Triangle. If anybody has any feedback, I'd be happy to hear it. Or if anybody has information from one of the articles, feel free. Do share. But I thought that was kind of interesting how they think that they've solved this problem, or this mystery, I should say. Now, the second topic, the mummy's hand. Again, these are the very condensed versions, because I want to get back up to Robert Namie's house for his birthday, Robert's birthday, back up where Ava's at and all the kids and everything. But the second one was, and I brought my VHS. Some of you younger viewers might not remember or might not know what this is. It's like the 8-track of movie media. The Mummy's Hand, 1940, Universal. The actor who played the mummy, Tom Tyler. Now, Tom was known for Westerns. He was like the hero in a lot of these Westerns, or the secondary actor. Brad, I'm just watching you on my Android phone and watching the NFL Hall of Fame enshrinement ceremony on ESPN. Okay. NFL Hall of Fame. All right, well, that's cool that you can do both. I'm confined right here to just this, but I'm getting by. But like I said, a much more condensed version as I talk about The Mummy's Hand. Tom Tyler, he was a big actor, actually in a lot of silent movies before they started with making the talkies. So, but known for his Western movies. He played the mummy. Neat thing about this, I mentioned this a few weeks ago about The Mummy's Hand, is if you watch The Mummy's Hand, his eyes are all blackened out. They actually blackened out the eyes in post-production, which gave the mummy a nice creepy look. You know, when they'd show the close-up of his face, you'd see the blackened eyes as he's coming in. That was his thing to kill you, was he choked you. His one arm was, you know, he's had his one arm up, you know, crippled, but the other arm was very powerful, and that's how he killed his victims. Choked them all. But okay, Tom Tyler, The Mummy movie classic, yes. And now the mummy's name in this one is Karis. They kind of changed the, they veered away from Boris Karloff's story, Imhotep. They did, but they didn't. They used scenes from that, and they said that this was a continuation of that movie, but they changed some of the things, including the name of the mummy. Instead of Imhotep, it now became Karis, and because they wanted to continue this. Anyhow, and then the Mummy's movie after that, I think it was the Mummy's Tomb, I believe, is the next one in 1941 maybe. And a very familiar name in horror movies played the mummy in that, and all the continuing movies after that from Universal was Lon Chaney Jr., the guy most famous for playing the Wolfman in Universal Pictures. So, and it's funny because Lon Chaney also played Dracula and the son of Dracula, and he played the Frankenstein monster in The Ghost of Frankenstein. So Lon Chaney got to play all the monsters, you know, the Frankenstein monster, Dracula, the Wolfman, and the mummy, Karis the mummy. So he was brought to life by the Tana leaves. You know, the high priest of this cult, this secret cult, would bring him to life, keep him living. And but Tom Tyler, that was in 1940. The very next year, this is the connection between The Mummy's Hand and Shazam. In 1941, Tom Tyler played in the serial, the series, they called them serials. They would go to the movies and you'd see a new one every week. The Adventures of Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, of course, is Shazam. They've officially changed the superhero's name to Shazam now. That being because of a copyright issue with Marvel Comics now owning the name of Captain Marvel. So all these years, a lot of times on these TV shows and stuff, they wouldn't even mention the name Captain Marvel. And so now they just call him Shazam, and that is the I guess that's the official name of the hero. Hey, Kevin hopped on here, Kevin Olheiser, and he and I went to basic training together back in the day. So that's neat that I just recently connected with Kevin not too long ago on Facebook. But that's the connection between Tom Tyler, The Mummy's Hand, and Shazam. Now, Tom Tyler was actually asked, or he played the Phantom. Remember the old comic book hero, the old comics back in the 40s, the Phantom. They made a movie back in the 90s with Billy Zane. He played the Phantom. Anybody remember that? I remember actually going to the theater to see that. It's, you know, if you just want to go and watch some big fun, you know, entertainment, then go watch the Phantom. But that was actually a popular hero back in the day, like in the newspaper comics and stuff like that. Back in the old comic books back in the day, back in the early days, like when back in the late 30s and early 40s when Superman and Batman just came out. Well, this was a hero that Brad says, I can feel that Halloween is creeping around the corner because I can see Halloween Reese's chocolate candy near your local store. Yes, I posted something about that earlier this week, as you know. And Ava and I, we were just in the store earlier today, and we saw all the shelves littered with Halloween candy. So it's coming, folks. And I'm kind of excited about that because I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet for Chiller Night Theater and even Chiller Chat, but we'll see. We'll try to get something nice and big, for the viewers. If you're big fans of the show and of Halloween, obviously, then we'll try to get something put together. But anyways, you've seen the trailer with Shazam, with this new movie coming out, I think it looks entertaining, if you don't take it too seriously, if you just want to watch want to be entertained and think about something other than the real world for an hour and a half or 2 hours, and it might be. I'm kind of curious to check it out. It's something I've noticed them doing recently with that character, Captain Marvel, Shazam now, is they make him, instead of the grown man, like Superman type, with the mentality of a grown adult and the wisdom and the experience of a grown superhero, they make him with this the superhero body, invincible body, but with the mind of Billy Batson, the child. That really kind of goes away from the story of Shazam, because Shazam's an acronym for, like, oh gosh, I don't know who the S is for, but the H is like Hercules, the A is for I think Apollo, the speed of Apollo's, the strength of Hercules, the wisdom of Zeus would be the Z, and then, or the M at the end, I think maybe is the speed of Mercury or something. I don't know. I don't have my computer here to look this stuff up like I was planning, so bear with me, because this is as good as it's going to get as far as me relaying, accurate information to you. But anyways, that's the tie-in, and I'll probably end up seeing that movie. I don't know if I'll go to the theater to see it, actually buy a ticket, but I am kind of curious to see, how they do, because I've always wanted to see a Captain Marvel movie, or Shazam, and who I thought would have been a good actor to play that character back in the 90s was Patrick Warburton. He would have been perfect. If you look at pictures of the old comics back in the 40s and 50s of Shazam, now look at those compared to Patrick Warburton. Patrick Warburton played David Puddy on Seinfeld, Elaine's boyfriend, and he also plays the voice. He's the voice actor for Joe Hansen on The Family Guy. And back in the early 2000s, he played in the live action The Tick. He played the superhero The Tick. So just a big, ridiculous superhero. It was funny, though. I enjoyed it. I wish they would have kept that. But that guy right there would have made a perfect Captain Marvel. But anyways, that's the connection right there. I would have talked more, in depth about those topics, but this is what you're going to get. So this week, maybe next week I'll be back at the computer. I'm not sure about next week. There's tons of birthdays in August, so it's kind of a fun month, for that. And we kind of save the weekends for the birthday get-togethers with the families all getting together. So we'll see. If I can't do it next week, then I'll let you know. But I'm pretty sure I can do this next week as well. But don't forget, tonight I'm just gonna end this now. But tonight, 9 o'clock on Stream TV. How can you get that? If you live in Oil City, that's local access channel. Local. Brad says, have you ever played the Resident Evil video games or the Resident Evil movies? It's about zombies and monsters. Back when Resident Evil first came out on the PlayStation back in the 90s, a buddy of mine, Stuart Brown, I don't know if he's going to be on here or watches this, but one of my friends, Stuart Brown from Pittsburgh, he brought over this thing called a PlayStation. At the time, I didn't know what that was, but he brought it over to my apartment, and he set it up. And he started playing this game called Resident Evil. Now, me, being the horror fan that I was, and am, I love that game. I fell in love with that game. Todd, thanks. You came to my rescue here. Here's what's Shazam, and then I'll get back to Brad's thing about Resident Evil. Shazam it means Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury. And that spells out, you take the first letter of each of those gods, and it's Shazam. Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury. Thank you, Todd. Okay. I couldn't remember those. But, Billy Batson says the word Shazam, the wizard gives him the powers, you say the magical, you say my name, and this power will be given to you. So that's what happened there. That's how Billy Batson becomes Captain Marvel. So Annette hopped on here. Okay, hey everyone, check us out tonight, Tops Paranormal. We were super excited to do this interview. And then Annette gives her website, topsparanormal.com. Make sure you check out the topsparanormal.com. And you'll see tonight, if you watch the second Chiller Chat of the evening, some of their experiences are really interesting. So make sure you check out their website as well. But Stuart brought over this thing called a PlayStation. At the time, I had no idea what in the world this thing was, but he's playing this game called Resident Evil. And I'm, like I said, big horror fan, so I'm sitting there like, this is awesome, this is great. So I actually went out, and the only gaming unit other than the old Atari 2600, remember the original home video game unit, the Atari 2600, it looks like it has like simulated wood paneling on the front, and but anyways, I'm watching this zombie game, and I fell in love with it, and I bought that thing, and I bought 1 and 2, but I bought 3 too, Resident Evil 3, but I didn't care for it. Other than that, that's my gaming experience. I think I bought chess for it too, and but I don't, I'm not a gamer. Boy, Brenton and Bradley, they live by that stuff. They are good at it. I don't even know how they make, I don't understand the hand-eye coordination with these controllers. They've given it to me. There are maybe, in 10 years, I think I maybe have given it like 3 or 4 attempts. I don't understand it, but not my thing, but I did enjoy those games. I thought they had a neat look and sound to them too. But the movies I can't play on here because they're not public domain. But I enjoyed the first Resident Evil movie, but after that I just kind of trailed off. I didn't keep up with them. But I liked it. I thought it was a neat idea with the Umbrella Corporation being this big evil corporate entity that and all these horrible things are doing all these biological experiments, and before you know it, there's a zombie outbreak. Pretty neat. Kind of reminded me of Return of the Living Dead with the the release of the toxic chemical gas from the drum in the basement that was sent to the UNITA medical supply building. UNITA, we got it. Remember that Return of the Living Dead? You remember that from like 1984? But that was kind of a neat movie. Brad says Resident Evil 7. Holy cow, they're up to 7. That makes sense though. That was a long time ago. It was back in the 90s. Evil 7 on PS4 blew the other Resident Evil games out of the water. Maybe I'll have to see if the boys have one of those. I don't know. I think they've played the Resident Evil games. I'm not sure. I have to check with them. Resident Evil 7. Wow. But anyways, what were we saying? Oh, the schedule. I want to go over the schedule one more time. You know how I am with attention. I'm all over the place with attention, with details. You know, I start to say something, and you know. But Stream TV, if you live in Oil City, that's the local access TV station, channel 22. I believe it's 22 on Comcast here in Oil City. And then, that's one way you can watch it. If most of you, I'm sure, live outside of Oil City, so you can watch it online or the Roku channel. Now, you can get both of those by going to streammedia.tv. That's streammedia.tv. You'll see it littered all over my Facebook page somewhere, because I'm constantly pushing it. It's on YouTube on SHN. Check it out. What, the Resident Evil 7? SHN. You have to tell me what are you talking about, the Resident Evil 7? Is that what you mean, Brad? I'll wait for you to get back to me. I know there's a delay here, but it's very scary. Okay. Yes, I'm sure he's talking about Resident Evil 7. But I tell you what, I watch Stream TV on my Roku channel, and it's super easy to just scroll down the page, see the Roku box there, the little Roku symbol. Click on that. They give you a code. You can connect with your Roku device. I have a Roku TV, or you can buy the Roku device, 20, 30 bucks maybe, and you get to watch it that way. Survival Horror Network. Okay. Survival Horror Network. All right. I've never heard of that. I'll have to check that out. All right. Thanks, Brad. But you see the Masked Superstar over my shoulder again. Like I said, he's going to be on Stream TV tonight on Chiller Chat. But anyways, streammedia.tv. You can also make sure to check out episodes of Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat at chillernighttheater.com. chillernighttheater.com or Chiller Night Theater's YouTube channel. But we'll go over to the schedule one more time. Then I'm going to get back to the birthday event here for Robert. And 9 o'clock, Jack Shadow features Track of the Moon Beast on Chiller Night Theater. At 11 o'clock, the Chiller Chat for tonight, our guest is the Masked Superstar from several years ago, but I still love watching that episode. And again, there's his mask that he gave me. So it's one of my most prized possessions that I have, you know, as far as my collectibles. Another one, and I'll be showing you this within the weeks coming up, maybe next week, is the script to the very last Chiller Theater signed by Bill Cardell. I have that at my house, so I'll show you that. But, Pam's watching. And Pam asked last week if we were going to ever do a live Chiller Night Theater, if we're going to do that again. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. That'd be neat. Maybe we can do that for Halloween or something. I don't know. We'll have to see what we can do. The guy is like the computer. It's like watching a movie. The guy. It's like watching a movie. He's like what? Are you talking about me or what guy? I'm not sure. But I won't keep you much longer, folks, because like I said, I got to get back to the family here. And I'm probably missing birthday cake, but that's all right. But anyways, 11 o'clock, Chiller Chat with the Masked Superstar, my favorite, YouTube. Okay. Oh, yeah, YouTube's got a lot of good things, just like watching a TV show. Resident Evil 7. Okay, that's what I thought you meant. All right, that's cool. And then at 11:30 is Chiller Night Theater. Jack Shadow features Killers from Space. And then at 1:30, I believe it's 1:30, is the second Chiller Chat of the evening, and that's going to be with Tops Paranormal. So, and Annette was on here, and she gave her topsparanormal.com, their website. So go check them out. They're going to be our guests here tonight. We played that episode a few weeks ago. We're playing that again. And then the top off the evening with all the fun and frights of Chiller Night Theater at 2 a.m. will be Track of the Moon Beast. So Folks, thanks for joining me. I'm going to cut this short now so I can get back with the others. And there my lovely bride jumped on there and is waving with some hearts. Waving at hearts? No, I'm going to wave to her. I'm going to hit this button. Okay, it says I just waved to you. I guess I could do this. But anyways, but hey, thanks for joining me here, and I'll probably be back at my house next week doing this. But I thought this was kind of fun because I was in Oil City anyway, so I just ran down here to the set. I thought this would be kind of a neat change of scenery. So thanks everybody for joining me, and don't forget to watch Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat tonight on Stream TV. So have a good night, have a good chiller night, and we'll see you next week.